universe will never put more onto you than you can handle. But your eyes will deceive you, and you will try to overfeed yourself. So what brought me to the subject today was I've been diving in, helping as many people as I possibly can. And I realized with me also doing this as well, it distracts more energy, just because I also communicate and deal with more people outside of this as well, more than usual. So I realized, I love helping and healing. I know a lot of us love helping and healing outside of warring and fighting these battles. You know what I'm saying? It's like we forget sometimes to do the self-recovery work within ourselves. So what I mean by when I say that is I say I tend to take on people's issues and problems, which I don't have a problem with because I'm pretty good and I know I'm built for it, right? But I also have to understand that when I am doing this, I have to look at it as if, depending on how this situation approached me, I have to take the approach on it okay, this is the universe adding this onto my plate right now, okay? Or this is something that I'm supposed to be doing for the universe. Maybe it's a test, like a packet or something, or maybe it's something I'm supposed to be doing physically, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe just spiritually, I'm supposed to be being more aware or in tune with what's going on, you know what I'm saying? But I realize and I come to an understanding with just being in this space more and more, diving in and doing it more and more. You have to recharge yourself, right? And when I say recharge yourself, y'all see I'm out here all the time. But this isn't always enough, considering that we have this whole matrix set up, you know what I'm saying? So this is nice, but when I get in the car and leave here, I'm back on the road with all the witches and robots on the road. I'm back in the matrix, riding through their space and having to deal with that energy and shit. So what I realize is, diving more and more into this space, I realized I kind of started putting more on my plate myself. My eyes were starting to deceive me myself, because I know I got this inner strength. I know I can help and heal. And I know I'm a warrior too. But I realize I'm fighting battles and I'm healing, but I'm not really recharging myself. I'm hitting the charger, but I'm only giving myself if you put your phone on the charger and you're trying to charge it before you leave out the house, I'm only giving myself about 5-10 minutes on the charge, you know what I'm saying? So it's putting some juice in me, but it's not really lighting me up the way I'm supposed to be. And I realized I had a lot of back stuff that I wasn't doing, that was a part of my own thing, that was kind of starting to pile up on me. And I realized I was putting so much energy outwardly, and then when I wasn't putting energy outwardly, I was fighting to keep myself spiritually from putting all this energy outward, or from these other entities taking over my spiritual realm. So what I had to do was I had to take a break from opening any of my social medias. I didn't open any of them. Usually when I get up, I like to bump around through my emails and check my analytics on my YouTube and blah, 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 and my social medias, my Instagram, Facebook. But I didn't tap into none of that shit recently. And I also stopped communicating outwardly with as many physical beings that I possibly could. So basically, I put myself in a total isolation. And I had to do this because it was I know the universe isn't going to put more onto me than what I can handle. But I start feeling overloaded, and I start going into overdrive. And when my spiritual realm starts getting cloudy, too cloudy and chaotic in here, when usually I'm pretty clear, my vessel starts letting me know that something is going on in the inside and it has to be worked on, you know what I'm saying? So when my body start being weird, it's just like it start letting me know, and I pay attention to my body. I'm self-aware, so it's just like, yo, all right, you got so much shit on in your spiritual realm. Between healing, you go from healing to having to fight a battle, and you're not taking time to charge yourself or take care of your own responsibilities that you have to do. You're kind of neglecting them, because every time I want to dive into either my responsibilities that I have to take care of or some future ideas, something hinders me from outside of me from taking that dive, and it makes me give a little bit more energy than I wanted to give, or it's pulling more fucking energy. So now when I'm done with that interaction or that engagement, it's like, it's not like I don't have no energy, but it's like now in my spiritual realm, I have to get that engagement and that interaction off of me, because now my brain is trying to reprocess whatever it was going on, you know what I'm saying, whether it was on the up and up or on the low end. But as of recently, it's been more so healing and on the lower end. So I realized, like, my eyes have been deceiving me, and I have been, like, when I notice these things, it's kind of like I get one of them feelings like, I let one slide in on me. But when I become aware of it, then it's like, all right, motherfucker, I'm gonna make sure you don't be able to slide that move in on me again. We all know that we gonna have these obstacles that we gonna have to face out here, you know what I'm saying? And we know the universe has its own thing for us that's a part of our journey, and we also know that we have the oppositions that's just throwing shit out there in front of us, you know what I'm saying? But I realized, like, when I dove into my own space, I didn't engage with social media. I didn't engage with anybody that was, like, trying to reach out to me. And I didn't give any of the other beings energy in my spiritual realm that was being witchy and just trying to ghost me or ignore me. You know what I'm saying? And I needed that space, and I needed that time. And I'm actually still in that time and space, but I can't not stop doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is like therapy for me, and I know it's helping others as well too. So for me, it's like, when we get to these spaces and your body starts talking to you and starts paying for what's going on in your spiritual realm, you have to do something. You have to do something. If I'm a fighter and I'm gonna do something, then when I know this shit going on with me, I'm gonna do something. The only thing is with me is having an extremely high pain tolerance spiritually. I tend to stand and indulge in certain situations a little bit longer than needed, you know what I'm saying? But that's all part of this learning process. Like, none of us knew what our pain tolerance was spiritually until we actually was in situations, you know, and then we kind of start understanding that, okay, well, spiritually, I know I could manage this right here, I could manage this, I could manage that, you know what I'm saying? And it's just being aware of what the universe is giving you and what you have to go through and what you have to be aware of, opposed from the extra shit that you're adding on to it. For me, I was adding on to it. It's like I don't have beings around me that's like talking, pulling me down, but if they feel like shit about themselves, then that energy transmute over to me. And if I'm constantly indulging and trying to help that person, then that energy is leaving them and going to me. And then they're getting my light, and then they're getting more amplified and worked up and energetic from it. But then I have to get that shit up off me. It's other things that I've been wanting to do recently, but it was like I could tell something was pulling my energy a different way, because it was like, I'm a pretty consistent person, but it was like getting and taking the initiative to take the bigger steps into the other things that I normally do and would like to do when I start implementing ideas and things like that. I realized I was getting hindered in the process. Because every time I would go into the process of helping and healing, they're transmuting their energy into me. So they're doing better and feeling better, but then I have this energy on me. And I don't have a problem with that because I can transmute energy, but when I'm not taking care of my other things because my eyes were deceiving me, making me feel and think, because I can visualize it, that, oh, I could take this shit on, I could take that shit on, and because I feel and know I have a high pain tolerance in the spiritual realm, none of that means that I should be. You know, I still have a responsibility to make sure I maintain this tempo and to make sure that I'm vibrating at my highest frequency. So when I notice these things going on, I catch them as soon as I possibly can and I do something about it. You know what I'm saying? Your eyes will deceive you. You know what I'm saying? And if your eyes is deceiving you, then your spirit is going to take it on as, okay, maybe I can take this on. Maybe I can. It's no different than when you see food and you already ate, or you're not really hungry, but you still go get the food anyways. You know what I'm saying? Your eyes is telling your spirit that you want this, that you need this, or that you can take this on in your body. And you really don't need to. Even if you can, don't mean that you should. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't want to run up too long. I just wanted to drop something up there. The universe is never going to put more on us than we can handle, but we have to make sure that we're not putting a rack of shit on top of it as well ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Tap in everything down below. Peace and love to the kings and queens.